I used to be a prosecutor before I was an auditor. And in the criminal law, we have ordinances, then we have misdemeanors, then we have felonies, and then we have capital crimes. And criminal conduct ranges from one end to the other. In the world of auditing, what has been committed here is a capital crime. There can be no greater indictment of an audit agency than this GAO report. Now, how do we begin to get value out of this audit agency after it has had this kind of indictment? I want to make sure I put in the record just one of the case studies, because unfortunately I know from experience most people don't read these. Okay? This is an audit that was done with one of the 5 largest DoD contractors working in Iraq, initiated in November of 2003. In September of 2005, after nearly 2 years of audit work, the DCAA provided draft findings and recommendations to the contractor that included 8 significant deficiencies. The contractor objected, saying the auditors didn't really understand. The auditors didn't get the new policies and procedures that were being developed for the fast track in Iraq. Following those objections, various supervisory auditors directed the auditors to revise and delete some work papers, generate new work papers, and in one case, copy the signature of a prior supervisor onto new work papers, making it appear that the prior supervisor had approved those work papers. The interim audit supervisor, who instructed the lead auditor to copy and paste the prior supervisor's name onto the risk assessment and work papers, was subsequently promoted to the Western Region's Quality Assurance Manager, where he served as quality control check over thousands of audits, including some that the GAO reported on last year. In April 2007, Sigger, the Special Inspector General for Iraq Reconstruction, reported that despite being paid $3 million to complete the renovation of a building in Iraq, the contractor's work led to plumbing failures and electrical fires in a building occupied by the Iraqi Civil Defense Directorate. Now, I have one simple question. Has that interim audit supervisor been fired?
No, ma'am.
And in fact, has that interim audit supervisor that told that auditor to commit fraud by copying and pasting a supervisor's signature to work papers, have they even been demoted?
On the work paper copying, that was an issue where they had copied work papers from one assignment to another. It was not deliberate to copy the signature. It happened when they copied the work papers.
Mr. Kutz, was there, in fact, a copy and pasting of an auditor's signature on a report that auditor supervisor had never even seen?
Senator McCaskill, yes, that did occur because the prior supervisor had moved on, and it occurred on a number of work papers, even work papers that were created after the signature date.
Let me say for the record that no one has been demoted over this capital offense. No one has lost their job. And I will tell you, to add insult to injury, I don't even think the GS-12 auditor, I don't even think she got a letter of commendation. In fact, I don't think she's even been promoted.
She has been.
Well, it's a lateral. She's training. I mean, give me a break. This is not somebody who's been heralded by the agency as a hero. I've heard there has been no recognition. She's not been called to the Pentagon to be thanked for what she did. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here. And the people who did this are still there. The culture is still there. Listen, I know, April, you're new, and I know you're trying. But we have got to come to grips with the fact that people who work there forever. And their sense of outrage is not significant for the American taxpayer and the American military right now. And honestly, with all due respect, I mean, Mr. Haddell, you weren't there, but how in the world does a peer review happen with a clean opinion in 2006 at this audit agency? You also have to look within your own shop. Who were the people that did that peer review? Who said this agency was okay in 2006? Clearly it wasn't. And it's not the quantity of the audits, it's the quality that matters. If they don't have quality, they are not. It's hard enough to get people to read one that's good. The ones that are horrible, I mean, who is going to read a DCAA audit right now without joking, without laughing about it? I mean, this is not, I honestly got to tell you, Mr. Hale, that you've got to go back to the Pentagon and you've got to tell them this is not good enough. If somebody's not fired over this, I don't think anybody should ever take this agency seriously again. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator McCaskill.